To live forever. This is the silent wish of humankind. A desire buried in every act of preservation, every longing for legacy, every fear of the inevitable. But in this wish lies a paradox, a quiet tragedy unseen by those who crave eternity. For what is life without the boundary of death? What is meaning without limitation? The scarcity of time is what gives it value. If the sun never set, would we appreciate the beauty of its rise? If love was eternal, would we hold it so tightly? Death, though feared, is the architect of purpose. It is the force that compels action, that fuels urgency, that whispers to us, make this moment count, for it will not come again. Immortality, by contrast, dilutes the essence of being. If one had an infinite number of tomorrows, would today hold any weight? Without the finality of an end, ambition becomes aimless, passion dulls, and the fire of existence flickers into complacency. The very fact that we are finite beings propels us to create, to love, to strive, to make our limited time matter. It is the fleeting nature of experience that gives it significance. A flower that never wilts is never cherished. A song without an ending is just noise. And a life that never concludes is not a life, but an existence, an endless loop devoid of urgency, purpose, or depth. To reject death is to reject the very thing that makes life precious. We do not find meaning in eternity. We find it in the brevity of our days, in the knowledge that each moment is unique and unrepeatable. To embrace mortality is not to submit to despair, but to awaken to the truth. Life's biggest tragedy is death. The fact we only get one chance and one life. Some might get 5 years, some might get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You don't know. And yes, it is a tragedy. Yes, it is sad. Some see it as happy, some see it as sad. And others have different perceptions on it. Some are scared, some fear it. Some come into acceptance of it, understanding. But that's not the point here. The point is the reason why death is so important and the reason why life is so important is because you only get that one chance. Death is what gives life so much meaning, and this is why I encourage you to act with urgency from the very second. There's only so long you can sit there wasting time, scrolling on social media or doing whatever with things you know you shouldn't be doing, up until you realise, oh shit, every single second I'm wasting is a second I'm not going to get back. No matter how many times you've heard that, it's true. And you're going to find that out the hard way, or don't find it out. You don't want to find it out. Why purposely wait and have to find out the hard way when you've already wasted the time? Don't find out. Just from this very moment, forget all the time you've already wasted and tell yourself, I'm not going to waste any more. I'm not going to get back the time I've wasted, but at least I won't waste any more time. At least I won't have to say that again. At least now I can progress forward and use my time wisely, act with urgency, because that's why life is so important. This is why I encourage you to do it, because there is going to come a time where there is going to be an ending. There's an ending for all, right? And whether you believe that working hard is something you should do or a pointless thing to do because the end result is the same, you should do it anyway because you know you're going to feel good whilst you know you're living, and that's the most important thing. You can tell yourself, oh well, you know, I'm going to die. There's no point doing this, no point doing that. I might as well just live and just let life pass me by, and when my time comes. But you know that's not the case. You know you want to feel good in the moment with the time you do have. You know you don't want to have to just think of death when you're 15, 16. You shouldn't have to. That should come later. You should be thinking about now. How can I feel good now? What can I do now? What can I achieve now? This is why I encourage you to act with urgency, because you only do have limited amount of time, and that's what makes life so special, is that the fact you can't go and do it again. You can't go live it again. You can't go use that time again. Once it's past, it's past. This is why New Year's is so crazy to me. Like when it hit 2025, I was like, shit, wait, 2023 is gone, 2024, 2022. It's like all these years are just passing by, and I'm like, shit, we're never going to have another 2024, another 2023 again. That year's gone. That time's gone. There's no more time to waste. You got to reiterate that to yourself as well if you want to genuinely feel better and have a better life with the time you do have. So I highly encourage that. And I know you know that's the right thing to do, and I don't want you to just listen to this. I want you to actually go and do something about it. So yeah, that's what I encourage you to do. And what I do with these videos is I give you a narration over some overlays in my life, and then I like to center it back to connecting with you lot, giving my own perception of the title outside my own script that I've created over for the narration. And what I also do as well is I like to do an evening planning in my life, and I like to tie the lesson in with my evening planning every evening on every single video that I do every day. And the way it can, and with my planning, I do a task list and I do a summary of the day, and I like to use the lesson in each one. So the way in which we can use the lesson here today is the fact that, you know, I only get one life. It's important to plan for each day to squeeze the most productivity and to squeeze the most practicality out of every single day to make sure I'm not wasting a second. So I'm going to start with a summary though. So today's summary. Focused. Didn't waste a second. Didn't waste a second. You don't have a second to waste. I don't mean literal, I mean metaphorically. Obviously, I'm sitting here right now, and sometimes I pause and I'm like, oh, what, you know, thinking of something to say, for example. That is maybe wasting a second, but it's like, metaphorically, it's like having that in your mind, like, I can't waste a second. That's not spent on something where I'm getting better or something that is improving my life. That's the mindset, truly, for me. Focus, didn't waste a second. I realised a lot, you know, some days I just genuinely, when I'm even doing content, I'm thinking of these video ideas. You got to realise I'm still human too. I'm not just making these videos to spread awareness and to give advice. I'm also making these videos because these are the way I feel. These are all the things I think about, you know. How can I squeeze productivity out of my time? How can I not waste a second? It's not just encouraging you and telling you don't waste a second. It's also like, I'm still applying that to my life. I'm still trying my best to do that as well, you know. So I feel like it's always about that awareness. As long as you're aware of it and you know you want to, you know, incorporate the lesson and you want to do that, then that's the important thing. And obviously it's about trying as well, and it will come your way. Task list for me, you know. Today I had to go to work, done. I had to do content, done, and I had to record, which I'm doing right now and stuff. So yeah, that's all done. Tomorrow I have work. I work a part-time job 4 days a week. Tomorrow Sunday, it's the last day of the work for me up until the following Thursday. So yeah, tomorrow work. We have content. We have, and I'm gonna write planning on here. Every Sunday I like to do a full evening planning in my life just to make sure that, you know, everything going into the new week is there. New goals. Did we complete the ones from the ones going into this week? What are the ones for next week? All the tasks I have to do, all the main priorities going into the new week as well. And yeah, just getting ready to go smash it and to be better, you know. And today's been a very good one for me. I'm very chilled right now. I'm very just trying to articulate my words to try help you. And yeah, all this content I do is raw. The script is raw. I'll sit there, write it, and I'll just go for it. These are raw. I just think, you know what, let's go into it. I want to help you lot, and there's no point trying to have a fancy script, trying to fake it. I need to just get my advice out there, get my philosophy out there, and I hope my articulation has helped you, and I hope you know it's helped you understand my main narrative here in this video, and that genuinely you need to start acting with urgency and not waste a single second, because once you do, you're never going to get that second back. You're never going to get that week, day, month, year back that you keep wasting. So I really encourage you to do that. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you gain value off this, and I hope you go use that lesson in your life now, and you use it in every second to make sure you don't waste a second. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Any tips, advice would be much appreciated in the comments below, and goodbye for now, and on to another one tomorrow. Stay tuned, and thank you. Good night.